So hey guys, this is Manit and in today's video I am going to tell you what is evaporation and the factors which affect the rate of change of evaporation. So without any further ado, let's get started. So what is evaporation? Evaporation it's the phenomenon of change of a liquid into vapors at any temperature below its boiling point. Put into simple word, it means the change of state of matter from liquid to gas at a temperature which is below its boiling point. I hope you would have got the definition. So now let's get ahead with the factors which affect the rate of evaporation. So basically there are four main factors which affect the rate of evaporation. They are number 1 heat, number 2 surface area, number 3 wind speed and number 4 humidity. So we'll check out how they affect the rate of evaporation and with daily live examples. So let's get started. So number 1 heat. It is a form of kinetic energy and thus the higher the amount of this kinetic energy, the higher would be the rate of evaporation. Therefore, you will notice that when it's the sunny season, the plants require more water compared to the rainy and autumn ones. So the daily life examples is that the clothes they dry faster on a sunny day compared to a cloudy day. So number 2, surface area. So the higher the amount of surface area, the higher the rate of evaporation. This is so as evaporation it's a surface phenomenon. Therefore, for example, you have water. So the water you throw it on the ground, you will notice that it will try to spread out. So this will increase the surface area at which the same amount of water is there. If you put that same amount of water in a glass, so the glass having the surface area of only a circle, whereas the water which is thrown on the ground, it has a large area to occupy, meaning higher surface area. And you will notice that the water it will dry faster on the ground rather than the glass. Now this is because the higher the amount of surface area, the higher amount of heat it is able to capture, because surface it is also heated up and it also has a high temperature. So the water tries to capture the heat from the ground so as to evaporate. So some daily life examples of surface area phenomenon used is that we spread the clothes while drying them. So number 3 we have humidity. So the higher the amount of humidity, the lower would be the rate of evaporation. This is because the atmosphere it can hold the water at till some extent. That is the reason why we have rains. The atmosphere it is not able to retain more water and therefore the clouds burst and it starts to rain. That's the reason. So now some daily life examples of it is that on a humid day you might not require as much water as you will require on a dry day. And lastly, number 4, we have the wind speed. So the higher the amount of wind speed, the higher would be the rate of evaporation. This is because the wind, it is responsible for carrying away the clouds from the place where it had been to a place where it will be reaching. So for suppose the wind is coming from this direction. So the wind, it will take the clouds to that direction, right? So the humidity in the atmosphere will decrease for the same reason. And you know, the higher the amount of humidity, the lower is the rate of evaporation. Therefore, the wind decreasing the amount of humidity will therefore help in increasing the amount of evaporation. Some daily life examples of it is that when you come to home after play, you directly sit under the fan so as to dry out your sweat as quickly as possible. So, just as to give a quick overview of the video of what is evaporation and the factors which affect the rate of change of evaporation. So, evaporation it is the phenomenon of change of a liquid into vapors at any temperature below its boiling point. So, there are four factors which affect the rate of evaporation. They are number 1 heat, number 2 surface area, number 3 wind speed, and number 4 humidity. So the higher the amount of wind speed, surface area, and heat, the higher would be the rate of evaporation, and the higher the amount of humidity, the lower would be the rate of evaporation. So I hope you would have understood the concepts. Thank you.